What is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some plant-based Instant Pot recipes that are perfect for summer. I love using my Instant Pot in the summer because it doesn't heat up the whole house when you cook with it. The first recipe I'm going to share with you is for vegan potato salad. And I posted this on my Instagram and so many people asked for the recipe, so I'm excited to share it with you guys today. I love this recipe because it doesn't use mayo in it, so it's a little bit healthier than regular potato salad. And the next recipe I'm gonna share with you is for vegan clam chowder. Is another staple of my childhood because I'm from New England. And the next recipe I'm gonna share with you is for Instant Pot lentil sloppy joes, which is another favorite of mine. So let's just jump on into these recipes. Make sure you guys subscribe if you are new so you don't miss any of my future videos, and give this video a big ol' thumbs up because it really helps out my channel. So let's just jump right into these recipes. So for our Instant Pot potato salad, I have these beautiful rainbow potatoes that I got from Trader Joe's. And we're gonna steam them in the Instant Pot. So I'll be using this little steamer basket, and I'm using my Instant Pot mini. So first I'm gonna add 1 cup of water to the Instant Pot, and then just place the steamer into the Instant Pot. And I already chopped up these potatoes ahead of time so that when they're done, you don't have to handle like boiling hot potatoes. So just go ahead and add these onto the steamer basket. Next, pop the lid on, turn the valve to sealing, and then we're gonna press manual, oh god, I can't find it, pressure cook, and adjust the time to 2 minutes. And while those are cooking, you can prep all the rest of the ingredients. So let's do that now. To replace hard-boiled eggs in this potato salad recipe, I'm gonna be using tofu to make little tofu egg pieces. So take some extra firm tofu, drain out the water, and then wrap it in a bunch of paper towels. Place it on a plate with something heavy on top, like a cast iron skillet, and let it drain for about 20 minutes. This is gonna give it an even firmer texture so it doesn't crumble apart on us. You only need half of the block of tofu, so save the other half for later. And then cut it up into little tiny dices. Add that to a bowl along with a sprinkle of turmeric for color and a good sprinkle of this India black salt. This is the secret to giving it an eggy flavor. I found this on iHerb for like $5. And then add a little sprinkle of onion powder. And you can just set this aside for now while we do the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so the timer just went off. I'm gonna release the pressure right away. Take off the lid. And our potatoes are perfectly done. You don't want them to be too squishy because then they'll just kind of crumble apart when you stir them. Okay, so I'm gonna lift this up. Ouch. So it can start cooling down. I'm just gonna let these cool for a second while we mix up our dressing. So the dressing, instead of mayo, I'm gonna be using Kite Hill cream cheese. Wait, no. Instead of mayo, I'm gonna be using Kite Hill sour cream. Wait, shit, I still messed it up. Instead of mayo, I'm gonna be using Kite Hill Greek plain unsweetened yogurt. It's on the Ibotta app. So you can get it at Whole Foods for like $1.50 for this single individual container. I'm gonna mix up our dressing in this measuring cup so you can just like see it better. I'm gonna add 1 container of this Kite Hill Greek yogurt. I think it's about like 3/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna add 2 celery sticks diced. So about like 1/4 cup of celery. Diced red onion, this is about 1/3 of a cup. This is about 2 tablespoons of Trader Joe's cornichons. This is one of Trader Joe's finest foods that they have. These are so good. They are these tiny little pickles. They are so good and crunchy. And then I just diced them up, so I'm gonna add those in. Some black pepper, actually a lot of black pepper. Some maple syrup to sweeten it. About 2 tablespoons of the pickle juice. And just mix all that together. Now that our potatoes are cooled down a little bit, I'm gonna eat one. Add these back into the Instant Pot. And then you're gonna add the dressing to the potatoes. Mix that on up. You want the potatoes to still be a little bit warm. I feel like they soak up the dressing better that way. It's just so beautiful. All the colors. This, I think, is the best ingredient. Our little tofu egg cubes. Add those on in next. And mix that all together carefully, because you don't want to like break the tofu up too much so it's like scrambled tofu. Oh, I forgot Dijon mustard. I almost forgot. I feel like this makes a big difference. You know, I was thinking it was missing something. About a heaping teaspoon of Dijon. Also from Trader Joe's. And I'm just gonna carefully mix that in. Now I'm gonna put this in the fridge to chill for about an hour, and I'll show you guys the finished product. Here is the finished potato salad recipe. This recipe is seriously so yummy. I feel like you don't even miss the veganese at all. It still has so much flavor. I love the little tofu eggy pieces, and then the crunchy pickle and onion is so good. I topped it up with some smoked paprika and chives. I absolutely love smoked paprika. So yeah, here is my plant-based healthy potato salad. Let's move on to the next recipe. This next recipe is for vegan clam chowder. My family back home loves clam chowder, so I wanted to make this recipe really good while being vegan and healthier. In place of clams for this recipe, I'm gonna be using oyster mushrooms. You will need 2 packages, so 8 ounces total. And first give them a rinse and then cut off the end stem part. And then I just rip them up into strips and then dice them up into smaller bite-sized pieces. Next, put the Instant Pot on saute and add in 1 diced onion once it's hot. Let those cook for a few minutes until soft. You can splash in some water as needed so they don't stick. Then add in the oyster mushroom pieces, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of kelp powder. I got this from Whole Foods, but you can also use something like this furikake seasoning from Trader Joe's if you can't find the kelp powder. It adds a fishy flavor. Stir all that together gently so you don't break apart the mushrooms. Next, I'm adding a pinch of celery salt. You can add more to adjust it to your taste, but I try to make my recipes low sodium. Next, add in 2 diced carrots, 2 celery ribs diced, about 1 cup of diced potato. I used 4 mini red ones, 2 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of dried thyme, and 3 cups of veggie broth. I actually watered down this veggie broth. I did half water, half broth. Give all that a stir. Pop on the lid and set the valve to sealing. And set the timer manual pressure cook for 5 minutes. Once it's done, I let it sit for 10 minutes and then I did a quick release the rest of the way. Next, I'm gonna use my blender to make the cream. So to the blender, add 1 cup of no salt added white kidney beans or cannellini beans, a half a cup of raw cashews. I'm also gonna add some hemp seeds, 2 tablespoons worth, and 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1 cup of water. and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch or arrowroot starch. That's gonna be our thickener. And then blend all that together until it's nice and smooth. Put the Instant Pot back on saute and add in the cream sauce mixture. Give that a good stir and bring it back to a simmer for a few minutes and then turn the heat off. And your soup will thicken up as it cools. And your vegan clam chowder is ready to enjoy. I absolutely love the little oyster mushroom pieces. They're so chewy, and the creamy cashew bean broth is super creamy and delicious. Let's move on to the next recipe. I'm gonna show you my recipe for lentil sloppy joes. Set the Instant Pot to saute and let that heat up. Then add in 1 small diced onion. Rinse and sort 1 pound of dry lentils, and then add those in along with 1 15-ounce can of no salt added tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, a few shakes of Tapatio hot sauce, 1/2 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 2 1/4 cups of water. Give all that a stir and then put the lid on. Press cancel on saute and then hit manual for 15 minutes. Do a natural release, which will take another like 15 minutes. And then give it a stir and serve on top of whole wheat buns. The second time around I made it, I added in a bunch of diced mushrooms and red bell pepper, and I loved the meatiness the mushrooms added, so I would definitely recommend doing that. And I absolutely love this recipe as a quick and easy dinner idea. You can just throw everything in the Instant Pot and you have dinner ready in about 30 minutes. Lentils are also an amazing source of vegan protein. They have tons of fiber and iron, so this is a great way to include them in your diet. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.